So I hope you have seen the previous videos and the lectures on GIS data layers and GIS, how we can geoprocess using some geoprocessing tools of our geodatabase. And I'm going to talk about the GIS map elements whenever we are working on analyzing our data on GIS software. Then at the end we actually need to add elements on our map. Before we go to the elements, let's say what type of map we are going to create. That means, are we going to show categorical information or we are going to show quantitative information? And then I will show you what are the elements we absolutely need to add, or what are the optional elements. If you want, you can add that. So here is a categorical map. In this map you can see we are showing the Vancouver Island and old growth rainforest. So you can see we have different colors for different different growth types in here. So we have productive old growth, and then low productive old growth, and then different types of the forest we have. That means we are showing them by color. So that means if we have the white color on the map, it means that it's actually non-forested area. So we are showing by category. That means we are not showing the numerical information. So you can see in this map we are actually showing let's say density in each of those zone in a city maybe. So density could be shown in number. So that means each of those color is actually showing some number. So that means we can add a legend and then show those color and then add the numbers. That means we are showing the numerical information. So based on color we are showing them, or it could be the color coded based on cells. That means we would have the information of cells in numbers and we are showing them. So maybe in the exam I will give you a question from, let's say I will give you some maps and I will ask you what type of map it is. Is it a quantitative map or qualitative map? That means the information provided on the map, is it showing the numerical values or it's actually showing the categorical information. So for the map elements, these three are the most important one. So we have to provide north arrow, and then scale bar, and then legend. That means the what are the symbols and what are the colors we are showing. We need to define them. Let's talk about them here. Also, frame is not that important. That means optional, and at the end we have to convert the map into graphics. So in a map, so you can see in QGIS we have two kinds of views. So previously the way you see the data and visualize the data using the geoprocessing tools, we actually did everything in data view. So that means in data view we analyze the data, but whenever you are done with the analysis and you know what you want to show in your map, that you want to add in your article, then you have to go to the print layout view. So in the exam maybe I will ask you which layout view we need to add. So then in the data view, whenever we visualize them, you can see we are visualizing the equators, main roads, settlements, areas, and then land use. So all of them in this data view. Okay, so whenever we are ready, we say that we are done analyzing our data, then we have to go to the print layout view. So print layout view, you can go from here. That's what I showed in the lecture slide. If you go to the print layout view, then you can add all those elements. So in the map elements, you need to think of where you want to add all those elements. Let's say where you want to add the map, where you want to add the north arrow and then legend and then scale bar and some information. You also need to, in the exercise, you need to add your name, the date you worked on. So all those information, then you have to think of where you want to add where, and then where should the title should go. So on the print layout view, if you go to add item, you will find all the information there. That means all the elements we are going to add, legend, scale bar, and the north arrow, all those are here. And you will also find them on the left side as well. So whenever you need to add them, you just need to select it. So I just thought that the entire map I will show in here, but the map, the objective I have on the map, I will show in this area. And then I added this scale bar, and then I thought maybe legend should go on this side, and I should add my names and source information over here. So that's how I divided my map area. Then I added all the elements: north arrow, scale bar, legend, and frame. Frame you can add to all item, let's say the entire map, or maybe on your north arrow, on your legend. Then you have to select from the from this option. So that means the add shape. If you add shape, add a rectangular, then you will get the frame around it. And then take out the color inside, and then just add the border color. So externally you need to add that. So for map elements, the first item is the north arrow. So you can add the north arrow the way I showed you. The north arrows indicate the orientation of the map, and then it's actually connects with the data frame. So you can use any size or any of those symbols on your map, and you can actually angle them. If the north is not on top, it's on the other side, that means you can actually move. Scale bar, so you need to show on your map, actually indicate the size of the feature and the distance between feature on your map. So that means, let's say when we have the map from, let's say from this area, if I want to know the distance on the actual, if I want to know the actual distance, what it would be. So that means you can see from this scale bar is telling me that if I start from here and then end here, that's actually what's the distance on the actual place. So scale bar is giving us information of the distance. And then you can also use different kinds of scale bar, and then you can change the parameters. And what is is it in kilometer or meter, or what's the unit you want to add? Legend. So what you actually want to show, you don't need to show everything on your map. So what are the items that you basically want to show? So you can see on this map, it's been shown different species. That means wherever those species can be found. So you can see it's not showing the blue color, it's the ocean, right? So that means we already know that. That means we don't need to say it in here. So in our map, we added the legend, and we say that legend we added as a title. We also have a bigger title for our map, and then you can see we added water. If you want, you can add. If you want, you can leave it. But then again, the land use agreements, all of them are actually added by color, so we added them. So if you want to add less elements, then you can actually go to your properties and you can reduce them. So if you want to remove any of those items from your legend, you can just click on it and then remove. But you need to, before you do that, you need to select the auto update, and then you can remove, and then you can change the color. If you want to change anything on your map, you need to go back to your data view, you need to change that. Then you will see that if you change anything, if you make it larger or smaller, you will see that it's actually showing up in here. It takes a little bit of time to show and then render it, but eventually you will see that it's showing up on your map. Okay, so the frames, as I said, we can add frames anywhere. So you can see I added frames on legend, and then the entire map, and then the entire map of South America. So you can also choose wherever you want to add the border. Save your work, save the project. So that's saved, and after you save that, you can export as image or PDF. You will see that it's also available on top of your toolbox. So you can see you can save as image. After you save that on your folder, then you will say that it's exported. It takes a little bit of time, and then you will see that it's saved on a folder. It's always a good idea to convert elements to graphics, but if you convert it to graphics, then you cannot change anything. If you need to change anything, you have to go back to the map, or you have to go back to the map, the print layout, and then you made the changes, and then you can save them and then export it. Okay, so that means it's important that if you convert to a map element, you cannot go back. That's the most important part. If you need to go back, then you have to enter the data again, then you have to change and save it. Okay, so that's it for geo data analysis using the QGIS. I hope you enjoyed learning QGIS and analyzing geodata. So in the exercise session, you'll be learning more, and you will be creating your own map. Thank you.